Hi there. Everybody probably knows what I'm wanting to say, so I've tried this a few times, believe me, this morning, and I haven't got very far. So rather than just writing something about Rick, I felt that I wanted to talk about him because he played such a major part in my life. When I first met Rick 25 years ago, probably one of the second times I had a coffee with him, something like that, he said to me, never confuse the man with the artist. And that really hit home with me, what he meant. So I'm not going to talk about the artist Rick Buckler, I'm going to talk about Rick Buckler, Paul Richard Buckler, who was a lovely family man, very principled, very awkward when he wanted to be, very, very funny, very honourable, and a great guy who I happened to be lucky enough to have met at a time in my life when I really needed somebody like Rick around. And he kept me on the straight and narrow without knowing he was keeping me on the straight and narrow. So of course we ended up touring the world together, which was just incredible. We laughed so much. We did so many great things, me and Dave Moore, who was in the band at the time, and Ed Higdon, our sound guy, and Ron Ball, who was around, and all these people that we had around us. And you know, we've got many happy times of like one that springs to mind was all seven of us in a travel lodge in Ireland, and I think there was only one person that didn't smoke, and that was Dave. And we were in one room because there wasn't any money in the budget, and we all snuck in through the windows. And you know, we went to the gig and there was 46 people there in the room. We travelled for like 2 days to get there, so it was a complete disaster, but we always found the fun in it, you know. Rick was I can't believe that I say was, you know, in the past tense, because he's still around me. I've found this extremely difficult today, trust me. I was sitting up where I was just had lunch just now, and let's just say I couldn't really get through the video. So I've come down onto the beach here where I am. I'm just right out the way, out in the middle of nowhere, and I just wanted to reflect on what he was like. And many people met Rick over the years, and the person pretty much they met was Rick. That was the man. But I also had many hours of chatting with him about various things in life, and sat on aeroplanes to Australia and to Singapore and to America and all those places, and heard lots of all the Jam stories. Of course, I've heard them all 3, 4, 5 times, you know, and it wasn't that side of it that I was interested in the end. You know, Rick was a very loving family guy, like I said. And a few years ago, Nicky Weller had put on the Jam exhibition in Brighton and invited myself down and Rick down, and we all went down there on the opening night. And to say, when we bumped into each other, I didn't know he was going to be there, but then we bumped into each other, it was like we hadn't not seen each other for ages, you know. It was great. And Leslie's wife was there, and he was just so much fun, and we laughed again, and we said, look, let's keep in touch, which we did. We'd always send messages at Christmas and birthdays and things like that. And then of course last year Rick said to me, look, how'd you fancy lunch? So we had lunch together right around the corner from his house, which was great. We had like 3 hours of laughing and chatting and putting things to rest that we had to do, that we felt that we might have needed to do, and it was wonderful, and that I'm really grateful for. It hit me like a stone last night, and when I got a phone call, and then I phoned a few people close in, and then they confirmed it. So, but anyway, we are where we're at. I just wanted to share what a lovely person he was, without being sycophantic about it, without being sort of bringing the artist into it, because the man Rick Buckler was a guy that I would go out into his tool shed with him, and we would go and talk about his chisels in the shed and the garage. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously I'm into carpentry and stuff like that, and I found all that fascinating. But yeah, what a man, eh? Rick, we'll see you again sometime, without a doubt. That is without a doubt. I'll see you, and it won't be right now, but it will be in the not too distant future. Take care of all those people out there that have sent all their love for Rick, because there's just so much love for him, and also for all the members of the Jam, Bruce and Paul. Of course there is, all of them. They're highly loved, and rightly so as well. So, you know, I've tried my best. I hope I've just touched the tip of the iceberg with how I felt about Rick, and it just felt better than saying Rick Buckler, rest in peace, stuff like that. He was pretty peaceful most of the time when I knew him. Yeah, he could get on his toes. People who knew him will know what I mean by that. But yeah, a very humble man, a very loving man who should be very, very sadly missed. Love you, Rick. Bye.